I have seen you slowly turning your back on me. And now I am stretching out my arms, calling you to return before you step deeper into a place that could wound you. My beloved child, pause in this moment. Do not let your heart continue drifting with the noises that are pulling you farther away from peace. I do not come to you with cold condemnation, nor do I raise my voice to make you tremble in despair. But I draw near as a merciful father who sees his child wandering from the safe path. I have been silent long enough for you to have the chance to recognize it on your own, gentle long enough for you to turn back in peace. But today, I cannot let you continue walking without hearing this warning. There are crossroads that appear harmless on the outside, but if you go deeply into them, they will take away your purity, your clarity, your faith, and even the good things I planted in you long ago. I see everything you thought no one knew. I was there when your tears fell in the secret place, when your voice choked because of pains you could not speak, when you sat in a familiar room and still felt as though you had been left behind. I heard the sighs you swallowed into your heart. I saw the nights when you tried to reassure yourself that you were fine, even though, inside, you were cracking from weariness, disappointment, and loneliness. You have never been hidden from my sight. Even when you thought you no longer had enough strength to pray, I still listened to your silence. Even when you did not know how to name your pain, I still understood. But my child, because I love you, I also see the change that has been silently taking place within you recently. A retreat that was very small at first, then gradually became a distance you began to regard as normal. You have allowed too many voices that do not come from me to guide your thoughts. There is a voice telling you that you no longer need to keep your heart as pure as before. There is a voice telling you that a little compromise will not matter. There is a voice telling you that because you have suffered so much, you have the right to choose whatever feels most comforting, even if it does not bring true peace. There is a voice that makes you doubt, my love, doubt your own worth, doubt that your prayers will be answered. And each time you listen to those voices, your heart grows a little colder. You may still smile, still continue with your daily tasks. But within you, the flame that once burned brightly is being covered by the dust of anxiety, hurt, resentment, and desires that do not bring you closer to the light. I do not say this to shame you. I say it because I want you to recognize it before it is too late. A trap has been set, not through things that frightened you from the beginning, but through things that made you think you were being comforted. That trap may take the form of a relationship that pulls you away from peace. It may be a habit you keep promising yourself you will stop, yet continue to feed in secret. It may be bitterness you hold in your heart because you believe you have the right not to forgive. It may be procrastination that makes you keep waiting for another day to return, another day to pray, another day to correct what you know has gone off course. But my beloved child, darkness often does not make you fall in a single moment. It makes you grow accustomed to walking away from the light, one step at a time. I know your weaknesses, but I do not despise you because of them. I know the old wounds that have made you easily shaken. I know the times of abandonment that have made you crave attention, the betrayals that have made it hard for you to trust what is good, the disappointments that have made you want to protect yourself by closing your heart. I know you did not deliberately leave me in one day. You were simply tired. You were simply hurt. You simply wanted to find a place where your heart could feel less heavy. But there are false shelters that will wound you even more. There are hands that seem to lift you but actually pull you into bondage. There are paths that seem to bring relief for a moment, but afterward leave a deeper emptiness within you. I come to draw you out of those things, not with contempt, but with mercy that earnestly calls your name. Hear me, you are still within the embrace of my mercy. No matter how far your thoughts have wandered, no matter how cold your heart has become, no matter how many reminders you have ignored, I am still calling you. If I no longer loved you, I would let you keep walking without warning. If I no longer had a purpose for you, I would not have brought this word before you. But because I still love you, I will not let you sleep peacefully in what is drawing you away from life. I am intervening not to take away your freedom, but to rescue you from the bonds you have mistaken for freedom. I am calling you not to take away your joy, but to bring you back to a joy that is pure, enduring, and will not make you feel ashamed when night falls. Look back into your heart with honesty. What has made you pray less? What has made you more easily irritated, more suspicious, more ready to give up? What has made you no longer hunger for my presence as you once did? What has caused you to hide, justify, or avoid things when your conscience speaks? Do not answer too quickly with a mind that wants to defend itself. Let my light enter that hidden place. You do not need to fear the light, because my light does not come to destroy you. My light comes to show you the way out. When you correctly name what is binding you, its power begins to weaken. When you stop pretending that everything is fine, healing begins to have room to enter. When you sincerely return, the door of restoration opens before you. Do not let pride hold you back any longer. Do not let the thought, "I have gone too far," make you continue going even farther. Do not let shame tell you that you will no longer be received. You are my child, and though I am stern toward what is harming you, my arms are still open to you. Return not as someone cast away, but as a child being called home. Lay down what you know no longer belongs to peace. Leave the connection that causes you to lose clarity. End the habit that weakens you. Apologize where you need to apologize. Forgive where you need to forgive. Close the door that has allowed heavy things to enter your life. I do not promise that you will never be tested again, but I promise that you do not have to fight alone. I will teach you to walk again step by step, beginning with honesty, then pure repentance, then restoration. I will warm again the place that has grown cold within you. I will rekindle the lamp you thought had gone out. I will lift you above the feeling that you have lost too much. But you must respond. You must stop scrolling past my call. You must stop taking lightly the reminders that have sounded many times within your heart. You must choose the light today, not tomorrow, not when everything becomes easier, not when you have fixed yourself first, but right now, in the true condition you are in. If this word touches you, let your amen become a deep inner agreement that you want to return, not so others can see it, not to prove that you are righteous, but so your own heart may know that you have heard the Father's call. Let your faith rise in the place that has grown weary. Let humility open the way for grace. Let my love become stronger than every temptation pulling you away. My beloved child, I am stretching out my arms. Return before what lies ahead hurts you more deeply. Return before coldness becomes a habit. Return because I still love you, still call you, still have good things prepared for you. And when you step back toward me, you will see that my mercy is not weak. It is strong enough to break hidden traps, deep enough to wash away regret, and gentle enough to bring you back to the path of peace I prepared for you long ago. This does not come to plant fear in you, but to cover you with protection before the shaking begins. My beloved child, listen to me with a truly quiet heart, because there are things I allow to happen not to break you, but to tear down what was never built on truth. There are foundations in your life that appear firm from the outside, but within they have been built on pretense, on empty promises, on attachments that drain you, on desires that have quietly taken my place in your heart. I do not shake your life to make you lose direction. I shake it so you may recognize what is real, what is only a shell, what comes from love, and what is merely disguising itself as safety to keep you far from the light. In the coming season, I will let what does not belong to you fall away from your life. False people cannot stand forever in a place where light has been lit. Toxic relationships cannot continue draining your peace when I have called you to step into freedom. Hidden idols, the things you once placed above my presence, the things that quietly took hold of your attention, your time, and your trust, will be exposed so you no longer bow before them. The lies that once made you think you were not good enough, not loved, unable to change, unworthy of entering a new season, will also lose their power when my truth touches you. But I do not want you to go through this purification in confusion. I am preparing your heart beforehand, so that when false things are removed, you will not panic, cling to them, or think you are losing a blessing. But understand that I am freeing you from the things that have quietly held you for far too long. You do not know how many times I have protected you. There were disasters that were diverted before they reached you. There were poisonous words that were silenced before they could take root in your life. There were heavy nights that should have fallen upon your home, but I placed a guard around you. There were paths you wanted to take, but I closed them because there was no life for you there. There were people you wanted to keep, but I allowed them to leave because their presence was making you smaller, making you forget your dignity, drawing you farther from the calling I placed within you. You may have cried when they turned away, but when they walked away, I drew closer. When your heart thought it no longer had strength to hope, I breathed a new breath into you, quietly, yet enough for you to keep rising. And because I have kept you through many things you did not see, today I want you to be even more awake. This is not an ordinary day, nor is it a reminder for you to hear and then scroll past. This is a sign before a great turning point. You are standing near the edge of a deep change, a shift that can alter the direction of your life. Make your eyes clearer, strengthen your heart, and help you stop living according to old limitations. But before I give you something greater, I must reclaim your heart from what has scattered it. I must cleanse the areas infected by fear, envy, suspicion, resentment, old habits, and voices that have made it hard for you to hear me clearly. I cannot place a holy blessing into a place where you still allow confusion to rule. I cannot lead you into a season of clarity while you still cling to sources that darken your heart. I am calling you back to sacred connection. Back to the place where you can hear me, not through noise, not through pressure, not through words others impose on you, but through the peace deep within. You cannot hear me clearly if you remain among voices sent to confuse you. There are pieces of advice that sound reasonable but pull you away from truth. There are compliments that lull you to sleep. There are criticisms that make you shrink. There are conversations that cause you to leave my presence with a heavy, anxious, and directionless heart. Learn to discern. My beloved child, not everyone near you is permitted to lead you. Not every sound around you deserves to enter your heart. Not everything familiar is safe. There are things you must leave, not because you are arrogant, but because I am teaching you to protect what is precious within you. You were never created to blend into everything in this world. You were chosen to be set apart in the light, to live in the world without losing purity, to love without losing discernment, to serve without being pulled away from purpose. There is a reason why the pressures aimed at you seem more intense in this season. What opposes you has seen the seeds I placed within you. It sees your prayers. Even when you pray only through sighs, it sees the gifts growing quietly. It sees the influence you will carry if you truly rise in obedience. It does not fear the person you were yesterday, but the person you will become tomorrow when you are healed, positioned, guided, and no longer easily pulled away from peace. Therefore, as you draw near to the place where I am about to lead you, there will be final attempts to distract you. It may be an attractive invitation that is not pure. It may be an old relationship returning precisely when your heart is weak. It may be a sudden doubt rising up, making you wonder whether you heard correctly. It may be a wave of exhaustion that makes you want to give up right at the threshold. But hear me. Do not let what is temporary steal what is eternal that I am building in you. Do not let a passing emotion decide the direction of the whole coming season. Do not let the voice of fear drown out the word I have planted in your heart. Stand still long enough to recognize what is pressure and what is guidance. What is a trap and what is a door? What drains you and what brings you closer to me? I am not calling you to return so I can strip away your joy. I am calling you to return so you may find true joy again. Joy that does not need to be hidden. Joy that does not make you anxious. Joy that does not require you to trade away your peace. I do not take good things from you. I only remove from your hands the things that disguise themselves as good while drawing you away from me. What I remove may hurt at first, because you have grown accustomed to it, leaned on it, and thought you needed it in order to feel safe. But when you stand with me long enough, you will see that the emptiness after letting go is actually the space I created to fill with something purer, more enduring, and more fitting for you. Return, my beloved child. Return to prayer that is not ornate but sincere. Return to silence so you may hear me. Return to choices that make your heart lighter. Return to humility, where you can say that you need me to guide every step. Let me correct what has gone astray, cleanse what has been poisoned, heal what has hardened, and rekindle the flame that has grown weak within you. The shaking is not your ending. It is preparation. It is my hand clearing the way. It is my love tearing down what cannot go with you into the new season. And when every false thing falls away, you will see that you have not lost what truly belongs to you. Instead, you will stand steadier, clearer, freer, and closer to me than ever before. But listen carefully. This call has not come so you can take it lightly and set it aside like many other things. My beloved child, I am not speaking to you in this moment to make you afraid, but to draw you back before your heart drifts any farther. I do not demand that you be perfect. I have never placed such a burden on you. I know your weak places. I know the times you stumble. I know the inner battles you do not know how to name. What I am seeking in you is not a life without scratches, but a heart willing to be present before me, willing to stop running away, willing to stand still long enough to be loved, repaired, and lifted up. I only ask you to be here with me. Be willing. Choose me once again while the door of mercy still stands open before you. I am stretching out my hand to lift you from the pit you have grown too weary to climb out of by yourself. There are things that have clung to you for so long that you thought they were part of you. But I declare that they are not your destiny. I can break the bonds that have stolen your freedom. I can silence the voices that torment you at night, the accusations that repeat over and over, making you think there is no way back. I can fight for you in battles you have not even seen. Things forming behind your back, schemes that want to exhaust you before you can step into the new season. But you must let me touch the places you have hidden. You must stop holding tightly to your wound as though it were your identity. You must open your hands, because a closed hand cannot receive deliverance. Even so, I will not force you to receive what I am giving. My love invites, but it does not coerce. My grace draws near, but you must respond. Many miracles have been delayed, not because I did not want to give them, but because your heart was not yet prepared to hold them. Many times you have asked me to open doors, yet refused to release the things that kept you from stepping through. You have prayed for renewal, yet returned to old habits whenever fear spoke. You have longed for peace, yet allowed your mind to be filled with things that agitate it. I do not say this to condemn you. I say it so you may understand that great blessing requires a heart that knows surrender. I do not pour what is precious into a vessel scattered by too many opposing voices. I am preparing you so that you may not only receive, but also guard what I entrust to you. Let me restore what you have lost. Let me rebuild the places that have collapsed within you, not with a thin coat of paint on the outside, but with a restoration that reaches the very foundation. I want to show you that the suffering you have passed through has not been meaningless. The nights you cried were not forgotten nights. The times you were betrayed, wounded, misunderstood, and pushed into silence were not the final period of your story. I can use those very broken pieces to build new wisdom, deeper mercy, and a quiet strength that no wind can easily knock down. You thought pain only took from you, but in my hands, even pain can become a place where light is born. I want to walk with you once again, as in the days when your heart was still tender, before bitterness tried to shape you, before the world hardened you. before wounds made you look at everything through a veil of suspicion. Do you remember? There was once a part of you that knew how to trust more easily, to hope without immediately defending itself, to love without always fearing pain. That part is not dead. It has only been buried beneath layers of disappointment, broken promises, and memories you did not know how to lay down. I know where that part lies. I know how to call it back to life. I do not merely want you to survive this life. I want you to live with a renewed heart, a vision made clear again, and a faith no longer distorted by the past. You belonged to me before the betrayals happened. You were mine before your heart broke, before shame tried to cover you, before you learned to hide your pain with silence, before you concluded that you were no longer worthy of good things. No event has enough power to erase the mark of love I placed upon you. No mistake confuses me so much that I do not know how to lead you back. But today I ask you with solemn love, will you return? Will you let me lead you out of the place where you have stayed too long? Will you believe that the way back is still open? That my arms are still stretched out? That restoration is still available for you? Do not ignore the signs flashing around you. Do not take lightly the uneasiness in your heart that I have used to make you stop. There are feelings that are not merely empty anxiety. They are inner reminders. The call to return, the stirring that lets you know you cannot continue as before. The restlessness in your heart is not always something to be silenced. Sometimes it is my hand gently placed upon your shoulder, telling you to stay awake, to look again, to step out of the path that is draining you. I am calling the hidden part within you to awaken. I am speaking to the place that has fallen asleep from weariness. Wake up before you miss what has been prepared for you with love and patience. I know there is another voice trying to convince you that it is too late. It says you have gone too far, made too many mistakes, broken too many promises, repeated too many old cycles to be allowed to begin again. But I speak the truth to you. If you return to me, I will restore you completely. I do not heal halfway. I do not place a thin layer of peace over you just to cover the deep cracks beneath. I go to the root. I touch the place where fear began. I untangle the words that made you believe wrongly about yourself. I soften the places that have hardened. I bring light to the places that have gone out. I call back to life the things within you that seemed dead, not by your strength, but by my power and my mercy. So, my beloved child, do not let this moment pass like a fleeting breeze. Respond with a sincere yes in the hidden place within you. There is no need to display it. No need to prove anything to anyone. No need to wait until you feel good enough to return. Return in your present condition, with your weariness, your question, your mistakes, and the parts of you that still tremble. I am not afraid of your brokenness. I know how to embrace it and turn it into a place of new beginning. Let today become the point where you no longer negotiate with what is destroying you. Let tonight become the place where you choose the light instead of repeating familiar darkness. I am near, calling, waiting, ready to lift you up. And if you place your hand in mine once more, you will see that returning is not the end of the story, but the beginning of the deepest restoration I have prepared for you long ago. I do this because time is not abundant, and I want you to understand that the urgency you are feeling is not something created by imagination. My beloved child, there are pressures weighing heavily on your heart. There are upheavals around the world that make it impossible for you to keep living as though everything were still normal. There is a heaviness in the atmosphere that, even when you cannot name it, you still feel touching something within you. I do not say this to make you panic, but to wake you up. There are seasons in a person's life when I must speak more clearly, more strongly, more closely, because if I only whisper, you may again allow the noise of the world to drown me out. And now, I am calling you back to true nearness, not a life that remembers me only when everything becomes difficult. You have seen changes happening faster than before. You have sensed that people's hearts are more easily disturbed, values more easily shaken, and things that once seemed certain suddenly becoming fragile. This is not the time to let yourself drift with the crowd, nor the time to live by old habits, old delays, or promises that someday you will become more serious with me. My child, someday is not a firm foundation. Today is where you are given the power to return, to correct, to draw closer, to place your heart under my protection. The warnings are becoming clearer, not because I want to threaten you, but because I do not want you to be swept away while still thinking you are safe. The coming season will not be passed through with superficiality. Those who only occasionally glance toward me when it is convenient will be easily shaken when strong winds arise. But those who walk closely with me, listen to me each day, place their decisions under my light, and keep their hearts in uprightness, will remain steady amid the things that make others tremble. Being close to me does not mean you must appear perfect in the eyes of people. Being close to me means you know how to return when you go astray. You know how to stop when your heart is disturbed. Know how to choose truth when ease invites you. Know how to seek me before seeking approval. And know how to hold my hand even when you do not yet understand everything that is happening. I am inviting you into a deeper intimacy, where you no longer pray as a hurried obligation, but as a living encounter, where you no longer treat my guidance as the final option, but as the first breath of each day. When you are near me, you will recognize what must be avoided, what must be kept, what must be released, and what must be patiently waited for. I will teach you to distinguish between urgency that comes from the light and panic that comes from fear. I will place within you a peace that does not depend on news, rumors, changes in the world, or what your eyes are seeing. Therefore, my beloved child, do not delay any longer. Do not stand at a distance, just close enough to hear me vaguely, but not close enough to be transformed. Come closer. Let your heart be cleansed of the things pulling you away. Lay down distraction, complacency, and the delays that have silently weakened you. I am not calling you near to take away your freedom, but to protect you in days of upheaval, strengthen you in times of testing, and keep you clear when darkness tries to blur everything. Those who walk close to me will not walk in confusion, because I will be the light before them, the fortress around them, and the peace deep within their hearts.